And the first day that they began this war, it was tribe against tribe. One tribe from this side against another tribe from that side. Or one man from this side against another man from that side. Or one squadron from one side against another squadron from the other side. And war continued like this for the first day. Remember, now we're almost 2 months or 2.5 months since both sides encamped at Siffin. This is a long period. And then on the second day, both armies met in mass. And they began dueling. This is very sad to comment upon when we are speaking about tens of thousands of Muslims who now are going to be killed. But there's a matter of principle here, we remind you. And there's a matter of political expediency here. In this second day of fierce warfare, the right flank of Imam Ali's forces caved in. Meaning now there was a gap in the right flank, and the forces of the other side began to move into this gap. And that Imam Ali was forced to go from the middle of this armed force to the left flank. And then the fighting intensified, and it intensified. And what was managed during these critical times was the regrouping of the right flank of an Imam Ali under the command of Al-Ashtar al-Nakhai, who in today's word was a hardcore military personality who didn't see any gray areas in this affair. And as the day went on, the camp and the armed forces of the Imam solidified their positions, and then the war continued throughout the night. This is unusual. We don't know of any warfare extending from the first day to the second day, and then from the second day into the second night, and then from the second night into the third day. And the casualties were tremendous. On that third day, the camp, or the armed forces of Muawiyah, felt that now they are going to be defeated. Now, brothers and sisters, before I go on, I just want you, and I'm trying to, as conscientiously as possible, express these delicate historical affairs. Does anyone feel any hatred? You can see someone right and you can see someone wrong. But can anyone feel any hatred toward another Muslim because of this? And I think the answer is obvious. On the third day, when the routing or the defeat of the counter Imam Ali forces was imminent, then all of a sudden they raised the Masahif. They raised the written Quran on their spears and their swords. Most of it was on the spears. And they called for for an arbitration. They said, كتاب الله بيننا وبينكم من فاتحته إلى خاتمته الله الله في العرب الله الله في الإسلام الله الله في الثغور. من لثغور الشام إذا هلك أهل الشام من لثغور العراق إذا تفانى أهل العراق. These were the exact words that were expressed during this military maneuver. What was the impact of this on their opposing side? Many of the warriors on the side of Imam Ali took maybe what can be described as an emotional response to this. They said, now our enemies want to arbitrate this difference, and they want to do so according to the Quran. Why should we refuse this offer? This was the majority opinion among those who were with Imam Ali. There was a lesser opinion that said, no, we are sure of our position. We have been sure of our position from the first day, or else we wouldn't have been in this war that we are in now. We are sure that our leader is Amirul Mu'mineen. And we are sure that our opponents are Al-Fi'ah Al-Baghiyah, the offending, aggressive category of people. And then this became now, listen brothers and sisters, with your emotions aside, this now became a divisive issue inside the camp of Imam Ali. It became so divisive that some of Imam Ali's own people threatened him because he didn't agree with the idea that there should be an arbitration. He said raising the Mus'haf is nothing new. Remember when the clash in Al-Basra took place at Al-Jamal. Remember when Imam Ali asked, and we mentioned this in a previous khutbah, he asked for a volunteer who would go and raise the Quran to arbitrate this affair according to the Book of Allah. But before the war began, there's a difference here. He wanted the arbitration of this affair in Al-Basra before Al-Jamal, and the casualties and the victims and the war dead at Al-Jamal. But these now are raising these masahif not because they are sincere about an arbitration, but because they see that they are losing. It's a trick. But those who are with him, most of those who are with him, they could not reconcile this to themselves. They couldn't see this as a trick. So they insisted on it. Some of them even told Imam Ali, if you are not going to accept this arbitration, we ourselves are going to turn you over to Muawiyah. What do you do? What do you do when most of the people who are with you now see that the best thing to do is to refer this whole issue to the Book of Allah